Welcome to another exciting solo episode of Beauty Behind the Brand, the show where we dive deep into the world of beauty and business. I'm your host, Nicole Manion, owner of Muskoka Aesthetics and founder of Muskoka Beauty. Today we'll be exploring the fascinating elements of distributor, wholesale, and retail within the beauty marketplace. I will share my personal insights on how to navigate this dynamic industry successfully. So whether you are a new entrepreneur or a beauty enthusiast, you don't want to miss this episode. This episode is something I've been thinking about recording for a long time now because I feel like it's something that whether you're a spa owner, a salon owner, you're thinking about getting into a product line business, even just like a consumer as well, looking at how products are priced, as well as some of those overhead expenses that you sometimes don't see from the outside that spas are having to charge, as well as shipping rates. If you own a product line, your packaging and manufacturing expenses, etc. So let's start with retail, for example. So when you own a brick and mortar location and you're thinking, you know what, I think I'm going to bring in some hairspray, or I'm going to bring in our different products like lip and eye treatments, maybe a lash serum, shampoo, that kind of thing. Even a skincare line as well. Usually the rule of thumb, and this is something that I go off of, is you want to basically double that number. So for easy math, let's say you as a salon owner are buying something for $50, you want to make sure that you're charging $100 to your consumer. That way it's also that bit of a buffer if your team is making commission off products and or what that retail product is actually being sold for. If people go online to see it through, let's say with Muskoka Beauty, for example, like we sell our products retail as well as wholesale, as well as distribution. So within someone, if they're in another spa location, let's say buying the lash serum, so it retails for $79.99 online, you really want to make sure that your spa or salon is also selling it to retail for $79.99. So then if someone's online looking at the website and or that consistency across the board for sales, not everyone follows that rule. I mean, I know a lot of people change sometimes the numbers when it comes to their shipping rates if they're selling a lot that way, as well as sometimes the exchange rates as well. That's another thing. But you really want to make sure your products that you're retailing at your brick and mortar location are comparable to what is also being sold online. So you're gravitating a lot of those consumers to come shop with you, shop local, support your business. And then also too, another thing is sometimes as a larger spa or salon, you might be able to actually purchase wholesale, which is technically what you're purchasing to get that 50% off. But sometimes I know, like I purchase from Fair actually a lot. If you haven't looked into fair.ca or .com, it's amazing. So it actually, we order a lot of our Bush Balm products from there, our bathologist products. The more you purchase, basically, the cheaper it is. And you can purchase at like a wholesale size. So sometimes I can't order anything less than like 6 units or more. But it's great because I know I'm going to have to purchase that many. So sometimes it honors me more deals or discounts. The shipping rates are also lower. There's a lot of great things. Also, if you're someone who's looking to sell product, that's another great way to throw your products up on Fair and actually be able to have a profile so people can purchase from you. But yes, being very transparent and consistent with your pricing is ideal when retailing to consumers. Having an e-commerce store, I can't stress that enough. That is where it kind of during the pandemic pushed us to actually have e-commerce at our brick and mortar spa location. We get a lot of sales from there. Even like the past week, we had probably 4 people purchase from like the GTA area, and we're in Muskoka. So it's like 2 hours difference. So that's another thing when pricing your products, you really got to see what your sale or what your shipping cost is as well, to making sure that there's enough room within that margin to be able to sell and still make money. Because you don't want to have a product and it's going to cost you $50 to mail it, let's say, because of the weight and the size of it. So you're going to have to make sure that dollar amount is actually honored within that, or charge for shipping. That's what we do. If it's not over a certain amount, people have to pay for shipping as well. Something we use for our shipping is ShipStation. I've mentioned that before in one of our solo episodes. ShipStation is great. We usually just do Canada Post expedited. It's really quick. Like usually I would say like 2 to 5 business days. I don't even think it's taken 5 days to get to somebody. And usually the pricing varies, so I can't say like an exact price, but I would say anywhere from like $11 to $20 if it's like a smaller package. It's really easy to use. You can actually integrate it with your e-commerce. So whether you're on Shopify and or Squarespace, you can actually link them so it automatically uploads the weight, the actual unit, SKU numbers, the barcoding. It generates it so it's easy. Click, click, click. And then you have that. I have a thermal printer, which we absolutely love. It's amazing. Like, it is just a peel and stick. We used to, way back in the day when we first started Muskoka Beauty, we would actually just print off with a normal printer, cut all of the shipping labels. I mean, we had a lot less orders then, but cut them all out and then we would tape them on. It would take us forever just to do that, where the thermal printers are amazing. You just basically click a button and it prints out, and it's a giant sticker that you're putting on those packages. It also just looks a little bit more legit. It's really clean looking. All your tracking and notifications are all linked through ShipStation as well. Same with your customers will actually be able to receive those notifications when it's been shipped and delivered. Highly recommend that if you are looking for a shipping company to do things for you. I know, sadly, just because I think we're in such a rural area in Muskoka, that I can't have Canada Post actually come and pick up our products, our deliveries. So I actually have to go to the post office every day for drop off. But that's another thing, is there's actual ones where you can just have it at your location and they can actually come and pick up. I know Pure Later, for example, was something that they could offer that for us within our location. And wherever you live, there might be different shipping rates or different companies that make more sense for you. Like I said, because we are in the middle of nowhere, basically here up in Muskoka, Canada Post makes the most sense for us for dollar amounts. And having a commercial business for shipping. That's another thing, is we definitely do get quite a bit of a discount with our Canada Post commercial card and being in their system as a business. So really look into that as well when you're looking, because that will save you when selling products as well. It'll save you that amount of money that you will be losing in the shipping rates. Because before we had a business account, I think we were paying almost $25 no matter what it is. So once again, with that product being costing you $50, and then you're going to be shipping it out for $100, let's say, but then your shipping costs on top of that, clients and customers aren't going to want to pay $25 in shipping. So really make sure you do your research, figuring out some of those minimum order costs, what makes sense and what it's going to cost you at the end of the day on quite a few of your products as well, because you're going to have some larger products in your boutique or smaller products. So figuring out which ones will cost what and making sure that total is added into your variable costs. Are you tired of juggling appointments, chasing down payments, managing your business all at once? Well, beauty brands, I've got some exciting news for you. Allow me to introduce Cojilio, the ultimate solution for appointments-based businesses like yours. Cojilio is here to help you the way you handle bookings and payments. Whether you're a salon owner, a fitness instructor, a therapist, or anyone who relies on appointments, Cojilio has got you covered. With Cojilio, you can easily streamline your appointment process. Say goodbye to all those endless back and forths trying to find suitable time. Your clients can now book appointments hassle-free right from your phone or computer. But that's not all. Cojilio takes it to the next level with payment processing too. No more awkward conversations of chasing down appointments as well as payments. It's all integrated seamlessly, making sure you get paid on time every time. And guess what? Our listeners are now in for a treat. When you sign up for Cojilio subscription, make sure you use the promo code Behind the Brand to enjoy a fantastic 15% off. That's right, 15% off all subscriptions, just being a part of our beauty brand community. So here's your chance to get this seasonal promo just starting out with Cojilio and all your needs one solution to supercharge your business. Visit Cojilio.com today to learn more and take advantage of this exclusive offer. Thanks so much for listening. Let's get back to our episode when adding those all together. Wholesale, if you own or have your own products that you're wanting to sell, all the shipping stuff is the exact same with distribution. Like, you really want to make sure that you're figuring out the cost of shipping. But with wholesale, you're basically wanting people to purchase more from you. And that is just going to then retail to their consumers. So this is kind of the next level from retail. You're just basically going to be selling to potential retailers. So for us with our Muskoka Beauty wholesalers, they basically get 50% off our entire site. They have an external login, so they can actually log into our wholesale portal and be able to do easy shopping that way. We also have it where it automatically has that discount so people can see what each product is actually costing them. Then they can see too what the retail cost is for when selling in their boutique, as well as if they were going to be shipping out, if they were going to be selling to other consumers. It's really difficult, I find, sometimes for people to get their head wrapped around wholesale. Like, we've had this wholesale this program for so long, but I feel like it has to make sense for people. We have very minimal opening orders and things like that, so it's easy. We want people to be carrying our products. So the more spas and salons that do, it gets more people seeing our brand, more people using it. But you got to make sure when you are honoring that 50% off to these retailers or spas and salons, you really got to make sure your margin on your product is there. So there's certain products that like we literally either have not carried anymore because the product just doesn't make sense for our wholesale account. And we want to be able to do wholesale for everybody in every product. So there isn't one product they can have retail and one that they can't. But then when it comes to our next level, having people to be able to distribute our products, I feel like that's where it gets very tricky, because then you're knocking that down even more on that percentage. So they're getting even more of a discount, because then we're selling to wholesalers, we're selling to other beauty supply stores, we're selling to people like even Fair, let's say, or I know a lot, even people who are posting up on Amazon as well. You really want to make sure that there's all these external costs and what it's costing. So there's a lot of things to take in consideration when it comes to, yes, retail, wholesale, and then your distribution within your realm. All these levels aren't made for everybody. That's something I needed to figure out, and I didn't want to rush the process. So there's only certain products that we sell on that level to our beauty supply stores. I think we have only, I think we have like maybe 10 SKUs that we actually sell, because some of the products just aren't priced at that point that we were able to do that. And that's okay. We're very transparent with our spa and beauty suppliers. They totally understand as well. And it actually makes us be able to make sure we're giving the best quality marketing and advertising as well. If you are looking to market your services for other spas and salons to sell your product, I highly recommend creating a really easy way for them to post and advertise. We do our photo shoots a couple times a year with Sandra. So we have so much content, like we don't even know what to do with the amount of content she gets us. And we make sure that we're giving them the best quality photos, as well as product descriptions, info about the products. I've been on calls before with some of our beauty supply stores, actually doing a full presentation on our lash serum, for example, saying, okay, this is why you should be carrying our products. This is why other spas and salons should be carrying it. Really being transparent with like ingredients lists, because they're going to be the ones selling it. So they need to understand. We also gift a ton of samples to them as well, so they can actually touch and feel, try the product to make sure that the sales are going to be there and they understand as well the results behind it, either with our lip and eye treatments as well, our brow and lift products. It's basically educating them to be able to actually sell the product correctly and understand. Also being available for any calls they may have or questions being available all the time. So there is a lot of demand and resources that go into each category. But I feel like don't rush the process. Like if you're looking into you're a spa and salon and you're just looking into bringing in some hairspray and some different products, don't go crazy. That is the biggest thing, is if something doesn't sell, it's basically just creating dust in your location. You got to make sure that there's enough product variety for your clientele, that also makes sure there's the go-tos and you're going to be able to sell it. You understand those products well enough to be able to sell. I also get my feedback from my girls. Like our spa manager has been great. She's the one that's sitting with a lot of our clients day in and day out. And they're like, oh, we need some more foot care products. We really need to get in some more salves for cracked feet. We really need to bring in some different oil treatments for cuticles, that kind of thing. So sit with your team. If you have a team, sit with them. Really kind of figure out what you want your boutique to be like. We try to support women entrepreneurs, especially Canadian brands. We have a lot of Canadian companies that are in our boutique. And then it's a bonus too if they're female owned. But figure out something that people can also consume. So that way, you know, they're going to be coming back to purchase again. Like we had brought in like our jade rollers, gua shas, the ice rollers, those type of things. But once someone has it once, they're not going to really come back and purchase again as much as they would like an eye cream or a lip and eye treatment, for example. So those kind of things you really got to take into consideration. Is this a one-time purchase, or is this something that someone's going to be coming back to purchase more and more? Something else that we do too, which I absolutely love, is we have a local candle making factory here in Muskoka and Bracebridge. And it's called Rich Hill Candles. It's been around forever. It's basically like the staple within our community. And they made the most gorgeous custom candles for us, and it's supporting them but with each season. So we get these white pumpkins made for the holidays, for Halloween and Thanksgiving, and they sold like crazy. So we have little things that we only have certain times of the year and people know to purchase it then. And then we have like our Christmas editions, our little bundle packages that we do, where we do a lash serum, a lip and eye treatment inside of there, and like a little ribbon. So they're like perfect stocking stuffers. Making it easy for people to shop, even on Instagram. Pop on Instagram and really go through your boutique. Like we did that a lot during the pandemic of when we were launching the boutique and saying, okay, these are the reasons why we've brought in Skendor, for example, this line created in Spain, and talk about the things you love about it, and then talking about some of the different things that you could use these products for, or someone's skin type and concerns that would benefit from it. So jump online. I can't express that enough. Showing your face, making sure that people are actually physically seeing the product as well. Going on Instagram and actually writing, even on Canva, going on and creating, like for the lash serum, we do that a lot, is the lash serum and then the active ingredients, arrows, and why it's important. But those are the things too, when you are looking to bringing in retailers or retail products into your spa salon, make sure that even the company is creating these easy Google Drives for you. That's what we do at Muskoka Beauty. It is like amplified the amount of people that post insanely. Peaches, word of mouth marketing for Squarespace stores. Make more sales with Peaches Squarespace plugins. Get the #1 referral and affiliate software for your e-commerce store. Everyone wants to boost sales and reach new customers via affiliates or referrals marketing programs. Word of mouth marketing is the best and most powerful, low cost, and way to grow your business online organically. All you need to do is get the right software to help your customers talk about you, and influencers promote you and reward them for doing so. I will put my referral link down below. Like I'll be just scrolling Instagram and like I'm not even following all the spas and salons that carry our product because it's a lot, and it's like, wow, they're actually using our content. Wow, that was the caption that we suggested to go with that post, and the hashtags, and it's just so rewarding to be able to see that people are actually loving this content we've created. So then that next level, yeah, if you're the actual product line and you're wanting people to wholesale your products, really make sure you're making it easy for them, making sure that you've got organized Google Drives where you can send those to your distributors and then they can send to their wholesale accounts. And it just makes it really easy and organized for everybody. As a spa and salon owner as well, I love that. Like if I get quality photos, that's the other thing, is all these photos that are uploaded to these Google Drives are quality photos. So you're not getting that like screenshot from their Instagram account or their website. These are like the raw images from our photo shoots, as well as when we do any video contents, info about our products too, we forward all that content over. Even influencer videos, we always make sure we get their content or consent to be able to send these to other accounts as well, more reach on their pages, as well as their face in front of more consumers. It's amazing. Like, I feel like it's such a rewarding thing to actually be able to walk into a store and see your product line. That's happened to me a few times. Or people, you go into, I've had it where people have come up to me, people I went to high school with or something, and they're like, wow, I was at this spa and they actually used your lip and eye treatments during their treatment. And like, it's just like such a cool way to connect with everyone and actually kind of have that validation of your products. So we did record a video a little while ago, just talking more about creating a product line. More the fundamentals of it. So we can link that in the show notes below. But I feel like it's one of the things that you just have to really think without rushing into wholesale or distributing products. You really got to make sure that the margin in the product is there. Shipping is absolutely outrageous when you're bringing in like large amounts. Like, for example, we just placed an order for 10,000 units and like the shipping on that is minimal, almost $5,000. So you really got to look into, is that $5,000 going to kick back when I go to sell these products at either distributor level, wholesale level, retail level, making sure that that money is going to be coming back, and having the different categories. Like with us, with Muskoka Beauty, yes, we hit all three categories of distribution, wholesale, and retail, but we also know that that gives us a variety in the cost that each product's going to be. So the lash serum, for example, what our distributors purchase it at, what our wholesalers distribute it at, as well as retail, we have all three of those options available. So a percentage of our sales might be sold at the retail cost, which is that full amount of cost of that $79.99. And then our wholesalers are a percentage of that as well at that 50% discount. And then we've got the next level of our distributors, which is at that distributor level that they're purchasing at that grand discount, that we still have to make sure we're making money off of that as well. And take in consideration shipping and expenses. So, and taxes and all that fun stuff. So a lot of exciting things are happening within our brand as well. We're moving a lot of different things here into Canada just to make our lives a lot easier because we are growing so fast. I personally really need to have my hands involved and be able to go into these manufacturing clinics, the labs, actually being able part of the laboratories of figuring out which ingredients belong, which ones don't, having really close connections with our doctors and our staff that are working at these labs as well. And it's keeping our economy going. So that's a really important thing that I say is the sourcing, making sure when you are looking at someone to help create these products, make sure you're having a really reliable team that's going to be backing you the whole time. And on a legal note to your NDAs, you really got to make sure that you're taking legal actions, making sure you're protecting your brand, trademarking. We can record another episode about that as well when creating a business. It's just all the things. And I feel like that's a lot of the things I look at when I'm picking up a product on a shelf now, whether it's like Shoppers, Rexall, Sephora, Walmart, anything. I just think of the journey of what that product's gone on, as well as like just the creation of that product, your barcoding, your licensing, all of the things you need to do to basically create this product to become what it is, and the communications and the just the brainstorming it takes to create a brand. And that's the part that I love about it. I feel like when I first started Muskoka Beauty, I was like so gung-ho on like, I need to create this exact lash company. I need everything in that student kit. I need it all to be available. I don't know why I really rushed that process. Also, I was working full-time still at the spa, which is just crazy for me to think about. But it almost like made me jump in with 2 feet And then now looking back, I'm like, hey, this is actually great, because then we had something to work off of. And now we had all our new packaging done last year. We have the most amazing design team. They're absolutely like, I guess can't say enough good things about them. When you have a team that just gets your vision and they know the next steps of how you want to create these brands, the color tones, the creation of like your accents, the fonts, just everything, it makes your life so much easier as the founder and creator, as well as having that photographer or videographer that just gets your vibe and they take that creative level to the next level of even what you expected. So to summarize basically this episode, I feel like there's just so many things when it comes to creating a product line. But then a lot of people aren't talking about how to actually sell that product line, talking about the expenses, of what it actually takes at the behind the scenes and the time and the energy. That's another thing. Is I listened to this really interesting podcast the other day talking about, as a founder or someone who's actually stepped back from their business, who's actually not taking services anymore, what is your actual salary? I feel like as most spa and salon owners, we sometimes don't end up taking a salary. I can definitely vouch for that. 2024 is going to be a new year, new me. But I look at, okay, how much is the spa bringing in, or how much is my product line bringing in, and actually dividing that by what a work week would be for you, whether you're working however many days a week. I mean, as most entrepreneurs, we don't stop working, but trying not to glamorize that too much of that Monday to Friday average work week, dividing that by how much money or profit is actually bringing into the business, figuring out how much money and time you're actually spending and / paying yourself, and then outsourcing that. Like if you're like, okay, well, I'm making, let's say $50 an hour, and then you're like, okay, well, I could outsource the design, or I could outsource the barcoding. I could outsource these things when it's only going to cost me like $20 an hour to get someone else to do that. And it's going to be done quicker, more efficiently. They're going to know what they're doing. That's just something I've been really thinking about lately. So when you are looking into creating a product line, or even a website, if you're looking to create that e-commerce website and you don't know where to start outsourcing, seeing who can help you create these beautiful landing pages for your online store, and even having someone coming in to help hang shelves, getting the boutique up and running. There's just so many things, I think, on the business side that we need to take in consideration when creating these retail opportunities for our clients. And your clients will thank you. Really listen to them and what they want and what they're listening, or what they're wanting you to bring in, and make sure you're really listening to them. So if you like this episode, make sure to give us a review. Hop on our Instagram, give us some love. We are so in love with the community we've created. I've had a ton of messages lately, people asking about how we enjoy podcasting. They've been thinking about doing a podcast as well. All of you have created such a great community for us. I enjoy hopping on these episodes every week, whether if it's with a guest or just a solo episode like what we did today. But just keep the questions coming. I absolutely love having some feedback from all of our listeners on what they want to listen to next on Beauty Behind the Brand.